Cops, what's the hardest arrest you've ever had to make? I was working a late shift when I got a radio call saying there was a girl who seemed to be intoxicated, driving her friends around town at insane speeds. Witnesses reported hearing the passengers pleading for someone to intervene. Being someone who lost their son to impaired drivers, this alert struck painfully, and I leapt into my patrol car and raced along the roadway. Once I reached the highway, I activated my sirens and began a pursuit. When I identified a small black vehicle hurtling at nearly 95 miles per hour, I edged nearer, and once convinced they'd notice me, I anticipated they would pull over, but they reacted oppositely. They accelerated further and flashed their lights mockingly, almost challenging. Game initiated. The chase stretched for nearly half an hour, but when they finally veered into an abandoned Dunkin' Donuts lot, I sprinted toward the car. I heard the backseat passengers pounding on windows, screaming for release, while the driver commanded them to silence themselves, but my heart plummeted as I recognized that voice. When I reached the driver's side, shock paralyzed me seeing my 19-year-old daughter gripping the wheel. The other young women stumbled out, weeping and expressing gratitude for their rescue, claiming my daughter had become unhinged and imprisoned them inside. I felt mortification for what they were about to discover. Exit the vehicle, I motioned to my daughter, and she wobbled out. Dad, I recognized her cruiser pursuing us, so I wanted some entertainment. She slurred drunkenly, and her companion stood thunderstruck. That's your father? They gasped, pointing toward me. Ladies, indeed I am, but I approach my responsibilities with utmost seriousness, I declared, before instructing my daughter to walk a straight path. She stumbled pathetically, so I immediately secured handcuffs around her wrists and guided her into the police vehicle's rear compartment. She dissolved into tears, imploring me for leniency, but I fixed her with an intense gaze and pronounced, "I'm disgraced to call you my daughter right now," before transporting her to the station.